Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everyone, everywhere, depending on where and when you are watching. There's a song by Lisa Robinson that says, can put the wash on the line, feed the kids, get dressed, pass out the kisses, and get to work by 5:09. But the hook that everyone remembers is, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in the pan, and never let you forget you're a man, cause I'm a woman. And yes, we women can do it all. And we still can continue to respect you as a man, want you to be a man, beg you to be a man. But most men would rather pigeonhole us women to the bedroom or the kitchen. Today's topic is a woman's place. And I am your co-host, Ambassador Lisa Parks, and welcome to Africaonline TV. Now, if you're tuning in on Facebook and you want to join this lively conversation, because I know it's about to be lively, join us on Zoom. ID is 514-199-854. That's 514-199-854. And now for the editorial of the day with my co-host, Nia-san. Take it away, my brother.
Greetings and welcome. It is a pleasure to know that you are all there on the other side listening to us and ready to participate. March 13, already we're almost midway through the month. So March 13 is the 72nd day in the Gregorian calendar. It marks the anniversary of the discovery of Uranus by William Herschel and the annulling of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which set the stage for the Emancipation Proclamation, which in turn President Abraham Lincoln would sign in 1863. With 72 days gone already, we are left with 293 days until 2022 ends. So the year will be ending in 293 more days. In the United States, earlier this morning at 2 a.m., daylight saving time set in. If you did not change that analog clock on your wall, then do it now because you are 1 hour late and you might have even gone too late for some event. Whatever it is, that is what daylight saving time is all about. We spring forward 1 hour every spring and fall back 1 hour every fall. It will last for a total of 34 weeks, usually from early to mid-March to the beginning of November in those states that observe it. This year, daylight saving time started a full week before the official start of spring. That spring begins next Sunday, March 20th. So Ambassador Lisa, you can begin to put away some of those heavy clothes and begin to think of going out just with barely dressed, but dressed. There is a plate full of 2022 daily holidays that fall on March 13. We already mentioned daylight saving time, a day on which we are encouraged to check the alarms in our, to check the batteries rather in our alarms, so that we don't get them blinking all the time and disturbing your tranquility when you are at home. March 13 is Girl Scout Sunday, the Sunday in Girl Scout Week, or closest to March 12. It is Good Samaritan Involvement Day and National Open an Umbrella Indoors Day. I know some cultures tell you never open an umbrella indoors. I never know what the consequences could be. All the same, it is National Open an Umbrella Indoors Day today. I hesitate to say this next one, more so because it is Sunday, but we have to say it. It is Smart and Sexy Day. We will have more to say about it in a moment. For now, on this day in 1868, the United States Senate began the impeachment trial of President Andrew Johnson. He was the first president to be so impeached. He was, however, acquitted. He was the 17th president of the United States, coming after Abraham Lincoln. On this day in 2012, and after 244 years of publication, Encyclopedia Britannica announced it would discontinue its print edition. For those who were not on planet Earth yet, Encyclopedia Britannica was our Google of the day. Yes, we turned to it for information. They always were right. On this day in 2013, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the Archbishop of Buenos Aires in Argentina, was elected Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, taking the name Francis. He succeeded Benedict XVI, who had resigned. And March 13 also marks National Canine Veterans Day. We promised to return to this most remarkable one, Smart and Sexy Day, which is held annually on March 13, a day on which we are pumped up to celebrate the skills, quick wit, and ingenuity of magnificent women in their various career fields. The idea of smart and sexy is that women are intelligent and ingenious when it comes to career and workplace, and they also have the ability to dress with such confidence and professionalism that comes with the job. What a coincidence that Africaonline Media Corporation's discussion of this Sunday happens to be the place of the woman or the woman's place in society, should we say it that way. But talking about the day of smart and sexy is for another day. For today, as we discuss the place of the woman, suffice it to say that the main responsibility of a woman is to preserve humanity. Yes, you and I. As a mother, her position is unique. She brings up the children with extreme care. The first school of a child is the lap of his mother or her mother. It is quite true that great men had great mothers. Napoleon Bonaparte, not one of my favorites, is said to have opined, "Give me good mothers and I will give you a good nation." Did he ever give France a good nation? Well, history will find that out. So, given our topic of the day, what is the place of the woman? That the woman plays a vital role in the lives of all of us is not an exaggeration. After all, the woman takes care of all of us from conception to our demise and interment. In continuation of a celebration of Women's History Month, which we kicked off last week with that topic, breaking glass ceilings, we are following up today with the place of the woman or the woman's place. Vague, did you say? Is it really vague? No. So how about the place of the woman in the family, in the community, in the society in general? What about that? Has the woman always occupied that place? Has the woman always performed those roles that the home, the community, and the society attribute to and expect of her? Join Africaonline Media Corporation as we invite you to be with us to raise awareness about the place and the role of the woman in today's world. Our guests will be introduced to us instantly, so please lay back, sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and Reverend Pam, the ball is now landing in your courtyard. Pick it up and play your best game.
Hey, thank you so much, Nelson. Before I pick up the ball, what did you say? Sexy on what day? Sorry, I was on Facebook. What did you say?
Smart
and sexy. Smart and sexy.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
So you were talking about me. I just wanted to make sure.
Not talk about it.
You were talking about me, about Ambassador Lisa, about Sister Ruth, about Ambassador Gracie, about Sister Nancy, about Miriam, about all the women on this platform and those who are watching. So thank you. So we are smart and sexy. What can I say?
I was beginning to say, oh, it's only the guests and myself who are on the screen, but I see another name.
Salifu is actually on. They're coming from Sierra Leone. Salifu,
okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Sorry, my hair is getting in my way. Okay.
Over to you.
Yes, on behalf of Africaonline Media Corporation, I want to welcome all our viewers, all those who have joined the Zoom on the panel, Ambassador Lisa, of course, you know, and the young man, he's not even a guest. He's one of the founding members of Africaonline Media Corporation. So he's part of Africaonline Media Corporation.
That's right.
And this young man always pays tributes to women.
He does.
I can't remember the last time that he did not do that, whether it's on Mother's Day or Women's Day. So I don't think I can do him justice by trying to introduce him. I will give him the mic to introduce himself. Brother Godfrey, we appreciate you, we love you, and thank you for representing our Graphy people, where I'm part of the grasslanders, you know, Northwest people, Bamenda people. I was actually born in Bamenda. Thank you for representing us. You know, the Togo has gone worldwide, especially I think it was the best costume during one of the previous Olympics. So, Brother Godfrey, please take the mic and introduce yourself.
Wow.
It's always a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you for putting me on the spot.
Yes.
Let me begin by saying a big thank you to Asonglefac Nkemleke for that wonderful editorial. You know, right from the days when I used to hear your voice on Radio Boya.
That's right. Me too.
There are many people on this broadcast who were not yet on planet Earth. And here you are, doing a great job through this platform. So thank you very much. And Ambassador Lisa, thank you for that great opener. Reverend Palm, you know, our mothers raised us not to talk about ourselves too much.
No, I want you to talk about yourself. You deserve it.
Yes.
So, don't be shy here. Talk about yourself.
I didn't prepare for this, so I would propose to break the ice by reading the poem that got you to invite me as a guest on this show. Do I have your permission?
Oh, of course, it's your show. This show is unscripted. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's your show. It's unscripted. And for those who are joining us for the first time, if you need to weigh in, please raise your hands or put something in the chat box and we'll give you the mic. It's unscripted. Go ahead, Brother Godfrey.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. So, dear everyone who is listening and those who will be watching the rebroadcast, the best way I can introduce myself on a day like this is to pay tribute to the woman, because whoever I am is thanks to the woman. This year on the African Women's Day, on the International Day of the Woman, which was on March 8th, I wrote a tribute and published through my social media platforms. And it really came from my heart. I believe that that is why it really resonated with, everyone who read it, especially Reverend Pam. So I'll just read that tribute to you and then reflect a bit on it in order to give you a picture of who I am as a person and probably why you should be listening to me during this show. So the tribute goes thus. The International Day of the Woman comes around to remind me that every other day is the Woman's Day. It is because of you that I am, dear woman. That is why to you, this tribute reverberates from my humble heart. My phenomenal grandmother, you are the ark of wisdom that infused me with the history and culture of our people through your amusing and profound tales and songs, while feeding me with roasted corn and groundnuts around your fireside at Atomambang. My irreplaceable mother, you carried me on your back to the farm. You laid me in the shade while tilling the ridges at Fomunung. While your breast milk, achu, and cassava nourished me into a strong Batuman, your discipline, hard work, and self-reliance nurtured me into a dependable man. My exceptional sister, how can I not see our angel of a mother every time I look at you? It is like she cloned her spirit and left it inside of you. You are beautiful, you are strong, and you are wise. Nothing can break you. Before you, mountains bow. My splendid wife, what would life be without you? Romeo and Juliet is mere fiction only to the heart that hasn't experienced your kind of touch. Yes, there will always be fights. Even Father Mbungong told us so. But after the fights, the born house will always follow. Njitamu, the old sage of Mbatu, told us so too. My angelic daughter, if I was a king, you would be the jewel in my crown. The sparkle in your eyes is my daily assurance that heaven is smiling upon me. That is why I am a warrior daddy, a man that will fight for you, provide for you, and do all to help you flourish into an African superwoman. My dazzling friend, family is not only whose blood flows in your veins or whose ring is adorning your finger. If our paths have crossed, it is because our destinies are entangled. That is why I am always there to inspire, encourage, empower, and celebrate you. The symphony of life would not be complete without your unique part. The International Day of the Woman comes around to remind me that every other day is the Woman's Day. It is because of you that I am, dear woman. That is why to you this tribute reverberates from my humble heart. Godfrey Esoh, March 8, 2022.
Can we get an applause? You know, I think I need to figure out how to do a drum roll on this keyboard, but on the desktop, but that was awesome. You can see the claps. You can use the reaction on your thing to clap, show the clap. I just use mine. Mine is a black hand because I'm a black woman. So I changed my emojis to all black. But Brother Godfrey, thank you so much. Thank you. Ambassador Lisa is itching to say something. We have a few people here and everybody's gonna get a chance to speak. However, this show is unscripted, like we say all the time. If you would like to speak, the system mutes everybody upon entrance to avoid background noise. So if you need to speak, please unmute yourself. Don't think we are ignoring you. Unmute yourself and please put the emojis on your screen. You know, there are several claps that are showing on the chat box, but the viewers may not be able to see it. So I am going to go over to Nia Song and then Ambassador Lisa to post the first two. Okay, Ambassador Lisa has thumbs up, clap, so please use the emojis and everybody's gonna get a chance to speak. We are talking about a woman's place. I have a lot to say about this topic, especially since I was a debate captain in Okoyo. I went to an all-girls Catholic school and we debated on this topic, you know, in the 80s. So I have quite a bit to say about it. But so I'm going to hand over the mic to our main anchor, Mr. Asonglefac Nkemleke, whose name I changed to Nia Song. And there's nothing he can do about that. Nia Song, over to you.
It is always an honor. And Brother Godfrey, it's a pleasure seeing you live today, even though COVID tells us to stay in lockdown mode, but that is not a hindrance to our being together. Thank you for that poem. When I read it, I said, oh, yes, I remember this because it goes way back. And so to get this discussion started, what motivates you most about the woman?
What motivates me most about the woman really stems from my unique background. I had the good fortune to have been raised both by my grandmother, Mama Bertha Ade of blessed memory, and my mother, Mawing Regina King, also of blessed memory. So some people grow up without mothers, but me, I grew up with a grandmother and a mother. So shuttling between my mother's firewood kitchen at Njimafo and my grandmother's firewood kitchen at Atumambang created a very unique childhood experience for me. And then here comes the advantage of being part of a large family. I have 6 sisters. 6. 4 of them older and 2 of them younger.
Okay.
So you can imagine 4 well brought up older sisters growing up with you and taking part of the parenting responsibilities, because I'm one of the last. So that adds to the number of mothers I had, right? So 6 older sisters plus my mom and grandmom, that means I had 8 mothers. Imagine what kind of man I would become, you know. So for what I've learned from this blessing is that no matter how much we talk about women, the woman's role in society, the woman's place in humanity is grossly understated, is grossly underrepresented. Those who have had a good fortune like me to really experience the true power of a woman, you will never live long enough to have enough words to express the place of a woman.
I will quickly ask you this question. Is the place of the woman in society in general underestimated or overstated?
It is both underestimated and understated. Because if you look at the themes that are captured in my tribute, for example, each of the roles that I created was actually a personification of something. So my grandmother, being the vessel of wisdom that uses storytelling to teach me the culture and tradition of my people, that is the role of a woman as the teacher. My mother taking me, to the farm and, nourishing me, physically, spiritually, and, teaching me the role of hard work and so on. That is the role of the woman as a mentor, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, as a provider. Because again, coming from the unique African perspective that many of us share, the woman is also the provider. It's a few homes that have the good fortune of having the man that actually plays his role as a sufficient provider. Most African women also provide. So there my mother embodies the woman who is, hardworking and being able to provide for the family. Then you have my sisters who embody love and friendship and morality and character and the beauty of the African woman. You have my wife who embodies the key role that a woman plays in the life of a man. So there's this saying that behind every successful man, there is a woman. Well, to me, I say beside every successful man, there is a woman. And I will talk about, my wife later on if I have the opportunity, because there is this aspect of career development, which I'm passionate about when it comes to empowering the African woman, because without education and career and leadership and socioeconomic empowerment, the rest is noise. Then, yes, so. Okay,
go ahead. If not, let me chime in this other question before I hand over to my co-host. It is said, as Napoleon said, give me good mothers and I will give you good nations or a good nation. But most nations, especially in Africa, are misled. Is it that the mothers did not do their work? I don't want to point fingers, but what is wrong? Why is it that leadership is lacking in Africa?
So when we think of Africa, we need to look at the broad picture. The Africa that we were born into is not the Africa that existed prior to the invasion of the Europeans. So when I like to look at Africa as the continent that is home to the world's, one of the world's first civilizations, Egypt. And the pyramids are still there till today to show us that the Africans who were our ancestors had a mastery of spirituality, science, technology, and governance and engineering that the modern world has not yet caught up with. I like to look at Africa as that continent that was once home to the world's wealthiest person, who even in today's money is still the world's wealthiest person. We're talking about Mansa Musa. I like to think about Africa in terms of the empires of Mali, Songhai, Ghana, and so on. So the Africa that we refer to most of the time, you know, is what we learned in school from colonial textbooks that were designed to misrepresent Africa, because the more inferior we feel, the more superior the colonizer is. So it's a distorted narrative of Africa that we have today. So the mismanagement of Africa is part of the agenda of colonialism. So those who think that colonialism is over, it's not. Every African president who is a bad leader is a houseboy for some colonial enterprise. They don't represent Africa.
Ambassador Lisa, when he lands, it is your turn.
I would say, let him keep talking. He keep talking good.
So those people don't represent Africa. If we want to see the true product of African women, we need to go into African communities where our traditional institutions are still intact. You see how a typical African home runs. You see how a typical African village runs. You see how husbands treat their wives and wives treat their husbands. See how children honor their elders and so on. That is where you see the true Africa. Anything up there that is a target for the media was designed to be there in the media spotlight for the interest of the media propaganda, and that is not the true Africa.
Wow.
Ambassador Lisa.
You're blessing my soul, I'm telling you. I can listen to you all day. Galaxy A32 has her hand raised. Would you unmute, and do you have a question or a comment?
We'd also like to know her name. I said
Yes.
that because I was trying to rename her.
Oh.
Please unmute yourself. Can you please unmute yourself?
While she's trying to unmute,
she has.
Oh, okay.
But we still don't hear her.
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
I am Adu Margaret. I'm speaking from Cameroon, precisely from Buea.
Awesome. Long distance zooming.
Okay.
Please, when you finish, can you type your name? I don't want to rename you with the wrong name. Just type your name in the chat box and I'll rename you, but go ahead.
All right, madam. All right, when I saw this meeting some few hours ago, it caught my attention because a lot of women have been doing great works and then they receive no credits. From where I grew up from, precisely from the Manu division, southwest region of Cameroon, women do a lot of work in the house. Most at times, it is even the women that are responsible for the academics of their children. And then the men get the credit. And it ends up being like women don't do anything. So it bothers me a lot to see that women on their own path are struggling as much as they can to see that they bring up their children in a way that is best suited in the community. Now, where I think there is a problem is at the level of the home, in the family. Most of the times, the workload is being shifted on the women. So she has to play the role of a father and a mother at the same time. And the man is just there to observe. The doctrine that a man is supposed to give to the children, he says, no, that's supposed to be the work of a woman. They will say in pidgin that make your mommy teach una that one. Meanwhile, there are some things that are supposed to be taught by the father, and there are some things that are supposed to be taught by the mothers. So at this juncture, we see that there is a leakage, there's a gap. That's where the gap comes in. So if the things that fathers are supposed to teach the boys, they don't teach them. For example, if you don't teach your son that harassing a girl child is wrong, or violating a girl child is wrong, the child will grow up violating a female child, knowing that, oh, this is what I saw in my community, and I think it is a good thing to do. But if the father was in a position to say, oh no, this thing that you see like this, it is not how it's supposed to be done. Nobody is supposed to be violated. You are not supposed to hurt another because all of us are human beings. I think the children will grow up knowing that they are supposed to respect one another irrespective of their sex. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So, back in Genesis, when God created man and woman, he created them, male and female, to raise the family. He took out of the man the part of him that needed to be soft and, to be able to carry the vision. That's why we are the womb man. And together we are supposed to bring that family and be able to nurture them and give them everything they're supposed to have. So yes, when the family is headed mostly by the female of the home, that family is lacking some things. Even the girl child is going to be lacking some things because there are things that the father needs to pour into the daughter as well. But when we don't have that thing, what do we do? How do we handle that? I like in Africa when they say it takes a village to raise a family, or it takes the village. And I've spent enough time in Africa to see the village raise the family. For instance, in Uganda, when I'm there are certain things that my sister daughter's mother cannot teach her culturally. She's put that on me as the big sister, the big auntie, because that's what the singer does. So I step in and I fill my role very well, but I'm like, she's your daughter. I don't understand why you can't tell her, why you can't teach her these things. But, as you travel and you learn culture, you just fit in, like we say here in the country, you fit in where you can get in. So
Ambassador Lisa, you forgot something. That's why I was laughing.
What?
You said it takes a village. What did Sister Ruth say?
It takes a village, and it cannot be a village of idiots to raise the family. So we got to bring in people who are going to be wise women, who are going to be able to help fill those gaps. I do thank you for your comments, very, very important. But in Africa also, there's a lot of times that the men cannot find a job. They can't get a job. And we know culturally, not even culturally, but worldwide, the system is designed where our Black men cannot get ahead. No matter how educated they are, they can't get the job. They cannot get something that is comparable to them to be able to fulfill their role as the husband, the father, the provider of their family. So what we as women need to understand, and I believe I'm amongst a group of sisters here who think like I think, we don't think that because we make more than the man that we are above him. As I said in my opening statement, I beg you to be a man. We want you to be a man. We implore you, please be a man so that we can just be the women that God created us to be. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, Ambassador Lisa, I think
Yes.
Salefo is zooming in from Sierra Leone. That's out of North America. So let's give him an opportunity before we come back to North America. To those,
okay,
for those
sure. Where is he? I know he was here because.
Please. Yes.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's the man from Sierra Leone.
Yes.
I am from Sierra Leone, from the west
there
of
he is.
Africa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Welcome, Salafru.
Thank
yes,
you.
how are you? I believe this is a very interesting topic, the role of a woman. especially when we say breaking the glass ceiling. For me, I could say allow the voice to speak because many women in the home and the community, let's say for society at large, they could refer to certain positions as salesman. They cannot say a salesperson or a sales rep, which means women have been segregated long ago in the past. Even in the home, they could say women are not just there to raise the children or to raise the kids. They are, especially in an African soil like this, they lack the necessary encouragement in order for them to move forward. You know, lots of girls are undergoing lots of sexual harassment, even in their offices. You know, women are going through a lot. And there was a time, I think recently, I attended a conference wherein this was the same theme, breaking the glass ceiling. For them, they blend it with what they call inclusion and diversity, wherein we should include everyone. You know, we are living in a diverse society. We are from different tribes, different regions, and they're working together as a way by which a woman can be able to be a better person in society. And somebody shared a testimony that he was attending a meeting and there was to give a woman a position of being the director in the company. Despite she has all the credentials, she's very hardworking, but they say, but she's a woman. So you see a situation like that, because she's a woman, why? Are you trying to say because she's a woman, she's not fit to hold the position? You know, but later, I think when the person narrated, he had to pursue the matter. He was not happy about it. He pursued the matter and reported it, and later on, the man who said, no, this woman should be given this position was later sacked from the company.
Awesome.
You see, we as men, we have roles to play in order to promote our wives, our children, our mothers, because without us, they can't survive it, they can't make it, you know. And the society in which we live, women are being bullied, you know, they are being treated badly, and we can break that gap as men. I believe we can do that.
Awesome.
Thank you. Dr. Goji?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear
can.
you.
Dr. Ogodi, before you speak, I want to thank you on behalf of all women on this planet for what you do for women every single day, helping them deliver. Thank you so much, Dr. Ogoji.
No problem. You're welcome.
All right.
Okay, so this is a very important topic to me, and I've listened to most of the speakers. You know, it's true that women are being segregated, especially in Africa, where, in fact, in my place, when a kid is doing well, that's my son. When something is wrong, that's what the mother taught him. That's what the mother taught her. So the mothers are always assumed to teach the wrong things to the kids. But we men can live in the glory of being the best parent and trying to do everything we want to do, saying that the moms are not doing well when the kids are growing up. But women folks also enjoy this because by the time we men get to 60s and 70s, is the mother that enjoy everything. So you people may feel that it's not being recognized. The children pay back. That's why, you know, me, I can give my mother anything she wants, without asking, but that has to ask. I don't neglect him, don't get me wrong. He has to ask and tell me the reason why I need to give to him. So women, in the long run, they should be hopeful. When the kids grow up, they realize all those hard work they have done, and they'll reap the fruit of their labor. That's a good part of it. On the other hand, Ambassador Lisa talked about how our men are not given the opportunity to get a job, be the men they're supposed to be in their family. That is a developed country. In America, most of the men are in prison. The system is designed so that the men end up in prison, you know. And that's why men who grow up this part of the world, they have to be very, very careful. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. If your wife blink your eyes and say, I don't want you anymore, open the door out, you better be packing your things and leave. Because you don't leave, police will move you out. You're going to move the house and be outside, and then she will run the family and then keep your children, and you pay her if you can pay her. So, of course, the men here end up in prison, and the system is designed to keep them down. So I appreciate people like Ambassador Lisa who realize that, look, if a woman is working, being the man and woman in the family, sometimes the men cannot just get up because of the system. But the reverse is true in Africa, where all the good jobs are for men. the women have no job. I mean, the only job woman can do is to do some trading and cook in the kitchen. And when it comes to government offices, governors, managers, they don't have the position to do it. So my other brother spoke about we speaking up to raise a woman folks to do that. Of course, God designed human being in a special way that in as much as we want our mothers to work as much as they can, also realize that when the kids are really tender, the first 10 years, our mothers, our women, working less is not a bad idea because they want to nurture those children so they can grow up. When they become teenagers, we should be able to support them to go to the full of their career. That doesn't mean that if a woman who's single, who has no kids, or who has a helping hand at home, who wants to be the president tomorrow should not be allowed to give that position. So sometimes our mothers sacrifice a lot for us because we say, oh, my kids are small, I can't work full time, I need to stay home, you go work and bring back the money. Realize that when the woman is at home working, she has no break, no lunch break, no tea break.
Nope.
She's not at the clock, she works 24 hours a day. So that's work. So raising family is work because trust me, when both parents go out to work and raise the children by the computer or the website or by a nanny, by the time they are 50, they will spend that money to rehab those children in the rehabilitation center. Those kids turn out bad, they end up in youthful delinquency society, where that's a place for youth pre-development or place with very stubborn kids. You have to pay. If you have the money, you have to pay. Government cannot do that, you have to pay. If you're in Africa, the kids end up become a very bad kid. By the time you die, you come and sell all those property you worked for all years. So there's a rule for everybody. Our moms should stay home and make sure our kids get the basic upbringing until they are teenagers. When they are learn their right and wrong, they can go. If they want to go to work, we should support them to work as much as they can, but not sacrifice the family. On the other hand, if the woman can do the work and bring the money, the man can also sacrifice and stay home and become a home daddy. Sometimes I wish I'm a home daddy, just stay home and raise the kids sometime, so that in that way, when you grow up, the kids also get to know you. Generally, the kids attach more to their mom for a reason. Their moms are always around. They see them when they cry. They see them when they smile. They see them when they take their first walk. See them when they say their first word. So the moms are enjoying a lot of things by being around the kids. You can't name a price for those things. That's my case.
Yeah, before we go to the next, Rogoji, thank you so much, Uncle.
Yes.
But Felix posted something on the forum and he's on here. I don't want to read it, but Felix, please unmute yourself and just weigh in. This is amazing. It just goes to concur what Dr. Goji just said. Brother Felix, that's my handsome brother. He's one of the founding members of Africaonline. So, Brother Felix, we're going to get to everybody, I promise. This is our show. We're not on anybody's time. And if we need to extend it, we will extend it. So, Brother Felix, go ahead.
No, I just shared something on the forum. This is a real conversation I had with my son, asking him why he thinks I love his mother. He said, because she cooks food. I said, no, yes, and many other things that she does. I said, without us, we will never be who we are without the women in our lives, without our mothers, without our sisters. Today, like this, I want to join everybody on the forum to celebrate women, mothers, our sisters. That's all I need to share.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I think Ambassador Lisa, Sister Ruth is next. Then we'll go to Ambassador Gracie. Then we see Muriel.
Yes.
Sister Ruth, just a minute. Muriel, are you ready to speak? Sister Ruth will come to you. I'm monitoring the chat room, so please, anchors, just bear with me. Sister Muriel, are you able to speak? Can you unmute yourself? You posted something on the chat box. Can you hear me, Muriel? Okay, let's go to Sister Ruth. We can come back to Muriel later. Sister Ruth.
Everyone. Hi. As I was just listening to the conversation, sometimes I know that we have been taught things that are totally not true as far as being women and having to have a man or rely on a man, that we have to know that we need to be our own rescue sometimes. That there isn't a Prince Charming that's coming to rescue you. and how to stand on our own 2 feet. My father died when I was 10, and there were still 13 children at home. And she would say, I didn't want to be in this position, but here I am. And she stood up and did what she had to do. And also because some of us on here are believers, God is the source. He is the ultimate source for everything. So we lack nothing in God.
Thank you, Sister.
Thank you, Ruthie. Mm-hmm.
We need to hear from Mira. Are you able to speak? Can you unmute yourself? Well, maybe she's away. Let's hear from Ambassador Gracie. Then we'll go to. I'm just calling people on my screen. I don't know if the anchors can see. We'll come back to you, Godfrey, in a minute. Sister Gracie, can you? The mic is yours. Then we'll go to Godfrey, and then we'll get to the others. I'm just going through the screen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Reverend Pam. Greetings to everyone, to Ambassador Lisa and all the other guests on the panel. My sister, Prophetess Ruth. Blessings on you guys. I was listening to the conversation too, and I was just recalling what I was taught as a young girl coming up. My mom was a single mother, and my dad was not around for a good part of my upbringing. Matter of fact, for pretty much all of it, except for the first few years. And so, but my mom always taught me that women were supposed to be caretakers of the home. And that, you know, our role was to take care of our home and, you know, to set the tone for the home and those kind of things. And she always taught us as girls, because I have a younger sister who's 10 years younger, and she just always taught us that, I'm sorry, there was a call coming in. I'm not sure if I got interrupted, but I'll have to call them back. But she always taught us to, you know, to go to school and get good grades and all of that, so that we would not have to be not so much dependent, but I guess that if we found ourselves in a position like Ruth's mom, that we could take care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we wouldn't, you know, she never said that men weren't supposed to be providers, but she did say that in the event that you find yourself having to stand on your own, you want to be able to, you know, earn your own income and keep a roof over your head and that kind of thing. And so that's kind of has been always my take. I'm not of the opinion that women are only supposed to have children and clean the house and all of that. But I do take pride in being the caretaker of my home and doing those domestic things and caring for my husband and doing those things. And so, because I believe, as Ambassador Lisa said earlier, when we go back to what God intended in the beginning, he intended for women to walk alongside. One of the things that is the desire of my heart is that men would begin to see us as the unique gift that God gave us to help them.
That gave them, yes.
Yes, he gave us to them as a gift to fill in whatever, you know, was lacking. He took us out of them. And if they could just see that as the treasure that it is, oh my goodness, they could, you know, they could rule the world. I mean, they could lead. They would be so much more excellent leaders if they realized the treasure that God gave them in their women. And I think that the day that they get that, the day that they really realize what God made and who he made us to be to them, we wouldn't have all of this abuse of female and you know, all of this gender, you know, abuse and things that we experience in society. I mean, we may still have it just because sin is in the world, but I just think that it would be a lot less of it, and women would be far more respected. As my brother said earlier, we're understated, underrespected, underobserved, under. And yes, and it would not be so if men knew, really treasured what God gave them. Thank you for letting me share.
Wow, what a mouthpiece, what a mouthful.
After the top of the hour, I will hand back over to you guys, but there's just a lot of activities going on. So Brother Godfrey's hand is up. We're going to come to Brother Godfrey. Muriel had stepped away. Muriel, are you able to speak now? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Where are you? All right, after you, we'll go to our main speaker, and then at the top of the hour, after that, anchors, we have several people on
Yes.
who have not spoken. We want to take everybody because this is important. Again, it's our show. We'll probably extend it. So Muriel, you're welcome. Thank you for showing us your pretty face.
Thank you so much. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you're calling from. So just to add to what Apostle, I think Gracie just mentioned, she mentioned the fact that women the men have to always support the woman. And I want to add that it's also written in the Bible that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. Most men actually, yes, most men actually don't recognize that part of it. I can also tell that I have friends that I've seen their men supporting them. They have gone really far. You see them in top positions. They work hand in glove with their husbands. They tell them good, they bring ideas together and they support them. It's the same society in which we find other men. They see the growth of their wife as a threat. They try to bring her down. You want to bring an idea, no, you're going to business sites, people will see you, you go out there, other men will see you, you come back home, what if you earn more than me? It's a threat because you might not be able to respect me, maybe accept what I want, because the African context, every man wants to be seen up there. It's not like the women want to take the position, we are women and they are men, we can never exchange. But then they should give us that opportunity to go out there and come back with something to support them at home. And of course, we'll never leave them doing the house chores. We see them like our partners. It's 50-50, we all do everything and together we can grow. So thank you, over to you.
I thank you, Brother Godfrey. Sister Muriel, go ahead.
Before Godfrey speaks, Muriel, where are you calling in from?
Muriel.
I'm calling from Brazzaville. I'm a Cameroonian. I'm based in Brazzaville.
Congo? Wow. We have people from everywhere today.
Yes. That's good.
Wonderful.
You spoke so well, you need to be on this show every week. We are here every Sunday. We've been doing this for, as a matter of fact, next week is our 6-year anniversary. Can you believe that?
Oh, that's
we have never missed a show in 6 years. So be here every Sunday. We have Sierra Leone, we have Congo Brazzaville, we have Cameroon. I'm sure there's some other people from other parts of the world that have not spoken. But Godfrey is coming to speak. Mira, I just want to add that I don't believe in 50-50. I believe in 100.
That's right. 100%.
I put in 100%.
100%.
You know, what I do yours or not, he puts in 100%. What I do mine or not. That's my take.
I like that.
100. Okay,
that's exactly what God meant.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's God's formula. Brother Godfrey.
Thank you once more, Reverend Pam, and to all of you who have spoken. You've been really inspiring. So I would like to do what I do best. I reflect on the issues that you guys have raised, and then, you know, come up with some thesis or plan of action from there or proposal. So queuing up to this plea that men should recognize women as a gift, here is the way I look at it. Women were designed in a way that is so unique that no matter how hard a man tries, a man can never be another woman. On the other hand, men were designed in a way that is so unique that no matter how hard, you know, a woman tries, a woman cannot be another man. So from an evolutionary perspective and from a divine inspiration perspective, the concept of gender equality doesn't make sense. A man can never be equal to a woman. Even, you know, I'm a biological scientist, I'm a medical scientist. Let me just give you one key reflection. In medicine, do you know that the pain threshold of a woman is greater than that of a man?
Of course.
So in real life, if you were to put a man through the pain of childbirth, the man will pass out. So how then can a man be talking about equality with a woman. A man cannot be equal to a woman. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. So I think it's our leaders that got us misguided somewhere along the line. If you look at the Beijing conference, for example, the Beijing conference, even though they were talking about equality, it was a legal conference. There had been 3 conferences before that, and the Beijing conference was organized to consolidate the resolutions of those 3 conferences and come up with an engagement on the part of governments to ensure that in their countries, women are legally equal to men. So the context of the Beijing conference is legal. So if in the United States, for example, women have the same right to work like men, they have the same right to vote like men, but we have gone and stretched it beyond borders. And when we start talking about the life in the home, for example, people start talking about equality. It doesn't work. The woman's role is unique and the man's role is unique. And the only way we can work as one is to understand and embrace each other's role. Now, at a societal level, we know that men are physically strong. And again, we have used that to create this stereotype about women being the weaker sex. That is a lie. Women have strength, women have the inner strength and men have the outer strength, because God designed a woman to be the nurturer of life, to be to bring forth life and to nurture life. And man was supposed to be the hunter, the gatherer, and the protector. So if you're a hunter, gatherer, and protector, you're supposed to be muscular, you're supposed to be strong. And the person who nurtures and brings forth life is a person who is imbued with wisdom and empathy and patience and kindness and all of that. So naturally, women are leaders and men are rulers. In modern civilization, we have confused the two. That's why our governments don't work. If the majority of world leaders were women, this world would have been very different from what it is today. That is my genuine conviction. Because women are natural leaders. Men are warriors, rulers, and so on. And at the slightest provocation, they react with the ego, not necessarily on what makes sense. So those are angles that I believe we need to tackle, to go into a deeper reflection about the role of a woman, beginning with the woman going back to the roots of who she is. If you go back to the roots of who you are as a woman, then you realize that you are so strong, you're so unique that you are not supposed to be in competition with the men. The competition is a false narrative. And so we need to correct that narrative, but it begins with the women becoming self-aware. I'll pause there for now. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. We are coming to the top of the hour. We're about to play our anthem. So Ambassador Lisa can feel like a woman and remember her place. But somebody said, I think it was Godfrey, one person said that, I think it was Godfrey, that if a man were to give birth or experience child, they will pass out. Godfrey, they pass out not just being in the labor room.
Yes.
I am serious. They pass out just being in the labor room.
The first sound of labor. Day out.
Exactly. We are very strong. But just please, everybody's gonna get a chance to speak. This is so important. You never know who you are will be blessed by this. But somebody mentioned, I think it was Muriel, Proverbs 18:22. He who finds a wife finds a good to obtain a favor. Let me tell you, for those of you who are married, if you do not treat your woman like the precious gift that she is, you will not have any blessings. You are blocking your blessings. Let me tell you that right now. Some of you don't understand why you are so broke, why your business is not prospering, why everything you touch is not even prospering. It's because you're not treating your wife right. You want to become very wealthy, very healthy, start treating your woman right. Not just your woman, Every woman, and let me tell you, the Bible did not say every woman has to bow to you or submit to you. As I believe it's Ephesians 5 from verse 20 to 25, where it says we should submit one to another. I don't want to go into too many scriptures, but look, it says your wife, your own wife should submit to you. So don't expect your co-worker who is a female to submit to you. You are not their husband. I want to remind you. For us women that make more money than our husbands, my dear, you are not the head. If you become the head, there'll be confusion and schism in your house. It'll be like a human being walking down the street with no head, and everybody will be running away from you because they will think you are a ghost or a demon. So your bank account is irrelevant. You still need to respect your husband, because women have issues with submission and men have issues with loving. That's why God commands them in Ephesians 5:25 that they should love their wife, and command the woman in verse 21 to submit. He knows who has problems with what. So we're at the top of the hour. Let me play the anthem, and then Ambassador Lisa will do her thing. Ambassador Lisa, I have some breaking news out of Sierra Leone. I was crying yesterday. I was in tears. So
okay.
Some things, and then Niason will speak to our French people, and then the show will continue. Let me see.
Oh, Africa. Oh, no. Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africaonline Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey, Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does, to identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. education for everyone if we believe. Prosperity for Africans if we believe. Medical facilitation for Africans if we believe. Stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Jump on the Africaonline miracle jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies. Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. No more lies. This anthem is evidence that when women and men work together, they give a great product. Oh, wait a minute. I am so sorry. I thought I stopped this nonsense. Never mind. Okay. All right. We are back. You guys forgive me. That's why we need somebody else. I'm doing this and I'm reading the chats and reading text messages. So we need a volunteer to do this. Okay, I'm tired of doing it. Brother Felix, where are you? You guys need to find somebody to do this. Don't be abusing me. I'm a woman. My place is not supposed to be streaming this every Sunday. Brother Felix, where are you? Brother Godfrey, you guys look for somebody to be doing this. I'm complaining. Okay, I am complaining. So, I can complain. I speak my mind. So anyway, we're definitely going to extend the show. Before we announce the next topic, which I will have Ambassador Lisa do. Ambassador Lisa, by the way, is a woman and the best producer ever. So send her roses, send her flowers. She's amazing. In addition to her ambassadorial duty, she's always here. I see Dr. Ogoji is back, but when I was in secondary school, I went to an all-girls second Catholic school in Cameroon called QRC or Koyong. We had a debate. I was the captain of the debate team. We had a debate with a school called a mixed school called a government school, Manse. So we went there. They were the ones hosting it. And when we got there, the topic was a woman's place. That was the topic of the debate. So they asked an all-girls school to come and debate a school that was mixed. And when we got there, unfortunately for the opponents, when we got there, it was a guy that served us. So my opening statement was, I don't understand why we're even having the topic. They're saying that the woman's place is in the kitchen, but when we got there, was a man that came and served us. What happened to the women? Everybody went crazy in the hall. So I'm just saying this to say that mindset needs to go away. It's okay for a man to cook for their family. It's okay for a woman to cook, but it doesn't mean that it's a woman's place. And yes, there are men that have fragile ego that will put stumbling blocks in front of their wives, don't want them to go to school, don't want them to work, don't want them to do anything, basically holding them prisoners. But you demand, you're failing to understand that that woman could be your biggest, gateway to wherever you're trying to get to. So, and I know we have talked about this before, women in the corporate world, we'll talk about it again, but women go through a lot of attacks, antagonism in the corporate world. There are men that feel intimidated. You could go to a meeting and just because a woman, somebody may think that you are actually the executive assistant, not knowing that you are the CEO of the company. So all that needs to change. I have a lot to say about that because I have been a corporate executive for more than 20 years. Around the groups. Most of the time in board meetings, I'm either the only woman or the only Black. So I've experienced some of these things. And to those of you men in the corporate world, not every woman wants you to greet them and put your lips by their cheek. It's disgusting. Don't do that unless you know that woman. Don't do it. It's okay to shake hands, but don't touch a woman's face, please. You may think you are trying to be cute or gentlemanly. It's a turn off for some women. So anyway, I think I'm going to stop right there. We're going to have a sequel, another topic, women in the corporate world. But so Ambassador Lisa is going to announce the next topic because she's producing the show. And then she'll talk about, Ambassador Lisa, real quick, the breaking news out of Sierra Leone.
Yes.
We had a meeting yesterday. Our administrator, I'm sure there's no connectivity in Moya where she is in Cameroon. But believe it or not, that clinic is they're already using water. Not just that they're using water. The engineer decided that because we provided solar power for the pump, he is going to light up the delivery room. Can you believe that? We are not paying for these people. The delivery room is going to have lights.
Wonderful. Where is Dr. Goji? He needs to be online. Oh, there he is. No, he's not here. Dr. Goji needs to.
Dr. Goji is back. That seems St. Matthias. Look, I mean, yesterday I was in tears. We did not ask for this. We did not pay for this. We were just putting solar-powered boreholes so that the maternities can have water, the clinics can have water, so 10 women are not delivering on a bed that is not being cleaned in between deliveries. The first borehole was sunk in Kaba Ferry, I don't know, Salifu, you're from Sierra Leone. I don't know, I've never been to Sierra Leone. But anyway, so not only are they having water, the engineer decided to volunteer his time and wire the delivery room and another room with electricity from the solar panel. Wow. Isn't that awesome? I was just jumping yesterday for joy because now, because of what that engineer has done, every borehole that we sink, we are going to make sure they don't just have water in the clinics, that the engineers use the power from the solar panels to eliminate the rooms. Isn't that awesome? Ambassador Lisa, over to you. You guys don't worry, we're gonna extend this show and everybody's gonna get a chance to speak. But let's make sure we don't go beyond 2 hours. So Ambassador Lisa, over to you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I was looking for Dr. Goji and Prophetess Ruth told me he changed his name. So
let me change his name. Yeah, he's there. It says
is he at is that the hospital you at? Listen,
that's okay.
I'm so excited to hear that. Not only did we get favor with the cost of sinking that borehole, the engineer is now going to light up the delivery room so that now the doctor don't have to try and deliver babies in the dark. That is so exciting. If I did not have this computer on my lap, I would be up shouting, but I'm shouting when the show is over. Trust me, because God is so good. Speaking of God being so good, speaking of that borehole, I am here to talk to you about the borehole, Operation Borehole 55. It is Africaonline's ongoing fundraiser to see that there is a borehole in every country on the continent of Africa. There are so many of our government-approved clinics where women are delivering babies in unsanitary conditions. There's no running water, and these are government-approved facilities. But Africaonline desires to see running clean water at least in every country on the continent. And there's a way that you can help us do that by making donations toward our Operation Borehole 55. And I often say, does not matter if it's $1, a rand, a shilling, a pound, a naira. We will accept it all. All of it goes towards the borehole project. There's no administrative fees taken out of it. And we continue to pray and ask the Lord for favor. Our first borehole was sunk in Sierra Leone. Our second project will be in Kenya. And we're not going to stop until we see a borehole in all 55 countries. So if you would like to make a donation, it does not matter how small or how large, towards the borehole project, go to our website at africaonlinetv.org. And you will find a project link there, and you can make a donation towards the borehole project. You can make a one-time donation, you can make a quarterly donation, or you can make a monthly donation. But again, all of the donations towards the boreholes are going towards the boreholes. Thank you so much. And before Nia-san comes, I want to announce the topic for next week, because Reverend Pam got a little excited there. And the topic for next week, because it is National Poetry Day, we're going to have a poet, hopefully another one. We're going to have poetry, and we're going to talk about the purpose of poetry in women's history and we as a woman expressing ourselves. And just so that all of you know, I am not offended. Am I still there?
Yes, you are.
Oh, my camera just, my whole screen just disappeared. I'm not offended by the little touch or the kiss on the cheek, okay? Unless you get creepy, then I will deal with you. But I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. I'm not really into the handshakes. You know, no. I'm a huggy and type of person. But Nia-san, where is he?
Merci, madame. Merci, madame. Je suis là. Oui, je suis content. L'une des réalisations en cours de l'Africaonline Media Corporation consiste à creuser un puits de l'eau potable dans chacun des pays africains. Donc, il y a 55 pays africains. Il inclut le Sahara occidental. À cette fin, Africaonline Corporation a lancé une collecte de fonds en 2019, ça fait déjà 3 ans, pour aider à fournir de l'eau potable dans les centres de santé développés dans de divers pays africains. Sous le slogan « L'eau, c'est la vie », l'opération Borehole 55 a jusqu'à présent réalisé un puits d'eau au pays qui s'appelle Sierra Leone. Et vous venez d'entendre là, c'est déjà fonctionnel. L'électricien du coin a volontairement mis de l'eau, plutôt mis la lumière dans le centre d'accouchement. Donc ça c'est très important. Nous vous prions de contribuer quelque chose pour que Africaonline Media Corporation continue à fournir ces abductions d'eau potable dans les divers pays africains. Le prochain puits sera au Kenya et nous vous prions, chaque sou que vous donniez, tout ce que vous donnez comme l'argent sera tax deductible. Moi, ça c'est technique. OK, en tout cas, c'est vraiment important que vous nous aidez. Va à africaonline.tv.org et faire votre contribution. Je vous remercie. La prochaine fois, je crois que c'est Madame Margaret qui est à Brazzaville qui va nous dire ça en français. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée. Le prochain sujet quand même, c'est ce que on va voir la littérature. Oui, ça sera le problème de parler avec, écrire quelque chose comme le poète. Yes. Nous serons le poète la semaine prochaine. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Je suis encore là en tout cas.
Nia-san is Muriel, who is in Congo.
Okay.
Margaret is in Cameroon.
I got carried away.
I know. So, all right, Uncles, it's over to you. Let's get. We have several people. There are 20 people on this panel. We have several people who have not spoken. Ambassador Lisa, please just take a round. I see a Marie, Methery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we do that, I wanted to make one more announcement about our. Are we announcing, Reverend Pam? Where is she? Are we announcing the gala yet?
Not yet. We're going to confirm the venue real quick. Oh, Ambassador Lisa, sorry. Brother Godfrey, when next you get the mic, because you'll get to give your last word, I'm just giving you a heads up. Please make sure you put your information in the chat box. If anybody wants to, you are volunteering here, but if anybody else wants you to speak, they better pay you. That hat you are wearing and that togo you are wearing is not cheap. So get that ready. When you do your last round, we want you to share your information. Okay, Ambassador Lisa.
Thank you. I'm doing 3 or 4 different things. I am trying to keep up.
Okay, I can help.
Yes, I'm putting the comments.
Take a sip. Thomas, you've been listening. Thomas Dosak, do you want to unmute yourself and say something? We're going to give everybody a chance, because this is your show. And we're going to extend the show. Brother Thomas, do you want to say something?
There you go. Thank you.
Yes, Mom.
Go ahead.
Tell us where you're calling in from as well.
Good. I'm Dosak Thomas. I'm calling from my 14 in Buea.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm actually from Mbesa. Mbesa is in the Boyo division of the Northwest region. I am a nurse working with the Cameroon Baptist Convention Health Board. This call is actually touching me somehow because I for one, I happens to be raised by 3 mothers. That's my mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother.
Wow.
And I can tell you people here that in fact my schooling, my education was in short by my grandmother. She has never seen the walls of the walls of a class 1 in the Cameroonian education system, but all of us in the house have been well educated, and so I'm really so grateful for this chat today. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going through the names. I see a Marie. Marie, do you want to unmute yourself and weigh in real quick? We are pressed for time. We're going to give everybody about a minute to weigh in. Marie, can you unmute yourself, please? Meferi, get ready. You are next. Cynthia. After that, Rita, Patricia, Anita, Linda is still connecting her audio. All right, Marie, unmute yourself when you get a chance. Meferi, can you unmute yourself and weigh in? Maybe Marie stepped away. Meferi, can you unmute yourself and weigh in on the topic? And also let us know, please let us know your name and where you're zooming in from. Okay, Cynthia, are you able to unmute yourself and weigh in? It's not mandatory, we just want to give everybody a mic. Cynthia, are you there?
Oh, hi. Thank you so much. I actually got invited to the show by Esoh. And I was just amazed because me, I'm an African, vouched African, and I'm just amazed by the discussions that are going on. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be in the show. Oh, sorry, it's like my video is not on. Right.
Oh, we see you. Looking good.
Isn't it? And rocking my Afro hair, typical African. I'm proud of it. So I was just listening, and I'm actually quite amazed because I'm somebody who normally always would vouch for Africa. And I always tell myself, it doesn't matter what happens. I don't regret, and I'm grateful God made me an African woman.
Awesome.
An African woman, she just cuts through the whole picture. She's not just an entrepreneur, she's a mother, she's a wife, she lives life in all domains, and she has such an experience and compassion that is just about her, that is unique to us being Africans. So I was so happy about it. And like Esoh was saying, I also actually would also want to concur with him in the fact that we are unique, but we are different. And it has never been a point of who is the head of the house. There's always been a point of complementing one another. There's always been a point of being a support system. There's always been a point of using your strength to lift up the other person. So I have my place as a woman, and I am not threatened in that place. I'm not threatened by my identity when I understand exactly who I am. I'm not threatened by the fact that there is a man around because I know who I am and why I am. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to offend any man here, but I always tell my husband, you are the head, I am the neck. So be careful, because if the neck is not the head,
touchdown.
Okay. So if you're the head, and I'll always give you that position, but I'm the neck. So you have to realize that we work in conjunction with each other, so that we can be able to come forth and bring things to a level that is successful. And I was also just happy about the fact that you were talking about women doing stuff, and I'll definitely do my best to connect to the show. Thank you. Let me not take time for other people.
Cynthia, thank you. Where are you zooming in from? Where are you calling in from?
I'm from Cameroon, but I'm in the US presently.
Awesome. We are here every Sunday. Come rain or shine. So, and it's your show, please. And if there's any topic you want us to do, which we haven't done, sometimes we repeat our topics, but all our topics here are organic. So let us know, okay? I see, Marie, are you able to unmute yourself If not, Meferi, please unmute yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, Meferi, can you unmute yourself and weigh in? Rita, please unmute yourself. Patricia, Linda, you are unmuted. You can weigh in, Linda. We'll give you a minute. We're waiting for the others to unmute and weigh in. We are talking about a woman's place, Linda. We want to hear from you. Okay, and Mary B, are you able to unmute yourself and say something? I see Patricia is unmuted. Patricia, are you able to speak?
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I'm calling from Canada. I'm originally from Cameroon.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, I joined the program very late, but I just joined at the point where you were saying, talking about men who sometimes suppress their wife and imprison them and do not allow them to shine or to progress or even to go to school. For my experience, I've seen that that is coming from a place of ignorance, because when you let your wife go to school, when you let your wife grow, go to work, it is a support to you. It is a very big support system. For me, I have never doubted my place, like the other sister who just spoke said. I've never doubted my place. Your spouse, your husband is the head. You're there to support, and the two of you will provide for your family, for your community, for your children in a better way. But those who do not understand this partnership, you will find them at the town hall or at the junction, like we call it commonly where I come from, lamenting and complaining about how the women have been, like for us in Canada, the women are now the head, the women are now destroying the family unit, they are not submissive, they are dragging the family to a point of separation. Everything is about the women are doing this, the women are doing that. That is always seen among those men who do not see their spouses as a partner. They see them as servants, and some to an extent see them like slaves. And I will pray that one day they will come to a point where they see them as partners, as a support system, as contributing to the success of their unique family and to the success of their community. But unfortunately, most of them still see them as a problem to them, unfortunately. It's my first time to join the program, and I really liked it so far, and I will continue to join whenever it's possible. I'm a nurse. I may not be able to join all time because our shifts are any day, every day, anytime. But if I am free at this time, I surely would join.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patricia.
I was invited by Godfrey, and I liked it. Thank you.
Okay, and you can watch the entire show on Facebook since you came in late. I see Mary is on now. Mary, your take. Then the anchors would go to, I think we'll hear from Dr. Ogoji, Salifu, and Margaret before we go to our main guest. Mary, you want to say something? The others didn't unmute themselves, so I don't know. Where's Mary? Where did she disappear? Oh.
There.
Okay.
Next to you.
Yeah, Mary, your take on the woman's place?
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Well, it's really unfortunate that I joined the program very late. I'm just coming in, and I'm coming from a society whereby, actually, to be honest, people see men, husbands see their wives as actually servants. And if such a program is coming up like this one, I believe that there is going to be transformation. So yes, I am actually happy, and I really wish I can get some tips here and begin the transformation in my society.
Awesome. Where are you coming from?
Yeah, I'm coming from Bamenda, Cameroon.
Oh, I was born in Bamenda, upstation.
Okay, I'm from Besa.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Good to be on the program. Thank you.
All right, Anchors, I think we can just hear from Dr. Goji, Salifu, Margaret, and then we'll go to the guests.
Okay, yes.
The others did not unmute themselves, so.
Anyway, we've said it all. If a man thinks he's head of the house, he can do it all. Let him stay home and babysit for 2 days without going to work. He will understand what's going on. I think my take here is we men, I encourage every man, take the opportunity to go down to the level of your children and play with them, interact with them. You are not doing anybody a favor, you are doing yourself a favor. Because if you get to know them, they get to know you. So that there won't be one directive, because when the chips are down, if the unfortunate thing happens, for instance, 2 things can happen when people are together. One, they might get separated. If your kids don't know you, they will hear everything from their mom and conclude what they hear from their mom. That's one. Number 2, you also need to allow your partner or your wife to have a say in whatever is going on, because God forbid, you might start your car to go to work and something happens, you pass away. What happens? Your children will be raised by your wife. And if you don't get her involved in the things that you're doing, she will be clueless. Yes. And what does that mean? Your children will be clueless. So this is partnership. Partnership. And then realize that, don't complain that my children just call mama to go on vacation, give mama everything. They're doing that because you were not, even though you were present, you're not part of their life.
Yes.
Don't allow your kid. I know it's the way. Who buy your shoe? Mama buy it. Who cook? Mama. Who take you to school? Mama. Who go to school? Mama. What does daddy do? Daddy just say shut up and knock my head. So that is a disciplinarian. Don't be the disciplinarian only. Also be a loving father that you can take them to school once in a while. Go to their basketball game, go to your soccer game, take them out to the park and play. If it means doing that once or twice a week, do that. Don't be the one that will say, and also be careful. Women are very powerful. They are very smart. If you think they're not smart, if you want to be that father, just bring money and give to your wife to work, and then, the woman will make the children know that they are providing everything. So you have to say, I'm going to cook today. When I'm in Africa for 1 or 2, when I go usually for a month sometime, my children miss Sunday pancake because they won't eat pancake if I'm not home. At least they know that if I'm not there, there are pancakes on Sunday. That's my job every Sunday, to make sure I make pancakes for my children. That's standard.
Wonderful.
No breakfast, I'm not there. So you have to find a way to play in the kitchen. Choose one day to make dinner for everybody. Choose one day to make breakfast for everybody, and get interact with them. Thank you.
Awesome. So, Dr. Goji, do you make the Cameroon pancake or the Nigerian pancake? I tell people all the time, you're a fake Nigeria, you're a Cameroonian.
No, Cameroon pancake.
There you go. See, that's our Cameroonian brother, even though he hasn't been to Cameroon in a long time. All right, sorry, I missed. Let's hear from Felix and Salifu, and then somebody just joined, Dr. Nubong. I don't know if we'll have time, but maybe we can hear his take. But Felix, your last word, and then we'll go to and then our main guest. I don't know, Anchors, you guys want to give Dr. Nubong
yes.
after Felix?
Yes. After Felix.
But Felix, your last word.
Oh, for me, we will never be where we want to be without our wives and the women in our lives. That's all I have to say.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. All the men out there listening to one of theirs. So, Dr. Nubong, you are welcome. We are at the end of the show, but the anchors want to hear from you.
Well,
we are talking about a woman's place.
Yes, the woman's place in the society. As a right, I'm actually a woman, Dr. Nubong. I'm just using Dr. Nubong's line. I'm Fomunung Hortensia Gang, and I would say a self-supporting woman for almost all of my life. Asonglefac, Nkemleke, how are you? Godfrey Esoh, hi.
Good to see you.
All know. I think they can tell you what I think about the position of a woman. I'm not a second-class citizen. I'm a citizen by right. and I've contributed to the development of my society fully. Godfrey can testify to that. So my place is my place. I'm not asking a man to give it to me. I have the place.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
And I know my rights and I stand for my rights. I don't even defend the rights because I don't see who has a right to challenge me from exerting the best of myself.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Awesome. Sister Hortensia, you need to be back next Sunday. You need to be on this show every Sunday. I don't know why you came late. You can watch, you can capture it on Facebook, but we need that voice on this show. It's your show. The show is unscripted. So, all right, anchors. I don't know. Oh, we have Salifu.
It's okay. Yes. You can invite me. It's fine.
You don't need an invitation. It's your show. It's for Africaonline.
Just come in. Just come in. Asonglefac will always make sure that he sends you the information. So please, every Sunday we're on 4 p.m.
So long as you are a person of African descent, you need to come online. Okay, yes. Salifu.
Yes, I'm ready to come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Salifu.
I want to celebrate all the women in this group, especially the ones online and you that are in the forum. You are beautiful ladies. You are so hardworking. I celebrate you. You are mothers, our sisters. You know, there is a passage in the Bible, I think I'm just forgetting it, which says that if a man wants to go far in life, he should allow his wife to pray for him. And he should even go to his knees, and the wife should lay her hands on the man's forehead, you know, which means the Bible recognizes it, that women are the foundation for the development of any man. The only thing I hate in my life is a woman that is not hardworking. Because you have to, like Dr. Noba said, you have to know your place. Yes. Yeah, you have to know your place, you know your place, and at the same time, don't allow somebody to take it away from you. In society, in family, wherever you find yourself, you are a leader. Just like somebody mentioned, men are rulers, but the women are the leaders. Women are meant to lead. So lead on. Don't wait upon anyone.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Awesome. That's coming from Sierra Leone. I don't know, Rita, I don't know if you are having technical difficulties. We called Rita a couple of times. Rita, are you able to say something?
Hello.
Yes.
There you go.
Can someone get me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm Rita calling all the way from Cameroon, Bafoussam precisely.
Wow.
Sam, wow.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you. I was invited by Godfrey. It's my first time. Sorry, I'm having so lots of challenges with the network. The program has been so far very interesting, even though I signed in too late and with the poor network. I believe I will learn more next time if I have the opportunity.
You can catch it on Facebook. It's on Facebook. So you can go to Africaonline on Facebook and you'll be able, Godfrey will send you the link.
Okay, Mama. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, yeah, so.
Okay, at this time, I think, Brother Godfrey, I think we want to come to you. If there is anybody we're missing on the screen right now, we'll just
we called Mefiri a few times. Mefiri, are you able to say something? Because like Rita was having issues, we didn't know. Mefiri, are you able to unmute yourself? If not, we'll just go to Godfrey for his final word, and then Ambassador Lisa and myself, and we'll close.
Yes. Okay, Brother Godfrey, it's been a great pleasure as always having you on the show. You are not a new person on the show, and you have 4 sisters ahead of you, 2 behind you, a mother, a grandmother, all the people that circled you to make you who you are. But then, what are you lacking that you wish to say, that you want to say on this program? I wish my sisters, my mother, my grandmother had taught me when I was growing up. And then you add your last word to that.
Yeah, so self-reflection is a very difficult thing, and especially when it comes to admitting something that we're lacking. So yes. I am a thought leader, and so what I do, all the work that I do, speaking, writing, and so on, it's really because I understand that the problems we have are fundamentally that of perception. So one thing that I think that I need more of is courage. The courage to be more proactive and, in fact, more aggressive when it comes to addressing these myths and misconceptions that have enslaved the African woman. Because many of them originate from politics, many of them originate from religion, you know. So, but since it's a need that I am aware of, I do my best every day using platforms like this to be more proactive when it comes to addressing those things. So my final word would begin with an anecdote. In 2019, I published my first book, After School, What Next? And I decided to launch that book on the day of the University of Boya, my graduation ceremony. And one lady passed through my book stand. It was a beautifully dressed student going for her graduation. And she looked at the banner of my book, After School, What Next? Looked up at me, smiled, and then said, marriage, of course.
That's good.
Now, here was a budding community leader, author, career mentor, and so on. And then a graduate is telling you that her ambition after her degree is to go and get married. That was the shocker of my life. And so for the past, 13 years, I have had a keen interest on the young African woman. What role does our educational system play, either in digging a deeper pit for her or in elevating her? And as an education administrator, I can confess to you here that our educational system digs a deeper pit for the African woman. Because these syllabuses prepare us graduates in general to go and look for jobs. We have syllabuses that are not in alignment with the rate at which Africa is developing. And when we find ourselves in a job market where there's all sorts of competition, women find themselves being passed on to favor men because the jobs are fewer. The few who are able to get jobs, they need to pay a high price to get it, some with their bodies. Some get the jobs, but they cannot grow because they always appoint a man to a higher office, faster than a woman, and all of that. So much of my advocacy and social work is really focused on empowering youth in general, but the woman in particular, because there's a misperception of the woman's potential. But there's a role that the woman also has to play. We are now living in a social media generation. And I mean no offense to the mothers here, but behold, just as a decade ago, I needed to, well, I wasn't old enough to do that, but I know what was going on. You needed to go into a strip club and buy beer at an exorbitant price in order to see female body parts. Today, you don't need that anymore because Facebook gives you for free. Women spend their time doing stripping on Facebook profile. So when I write a post, for example, an educational post of 1,000 words, guess what? They'll come and tell me that my posts are too long. But those same people spend hours watching body parts on social media profiles. So the women need to sit up and realize that, just like Mama Hortensia Ngang said, your place is not something that you have to take, you have to request for as a gift or a donation from men. If you are in a position where you need to be begging for your place or defending your rights, it means that you have a priori put yourself in a weaker position. So how do you empower yourself? How do you impose your God-given status in society. Like Cynthia said, she's the neck. So without her, there's no head. The head will be flying. Hey, good.
And there's no direction. There's no direction.
Yes.
So I have a 5-point guide that I would like to share with women. The first one is self-awareness. Know who you are as a person in God. You are made in God's image and likeness. God made you as a helpmate to the man. The word helpmate may have been interpreted wrongly in English. A helpmate is a woman is not a man's servant. You complement the man. In other words, I cannot live my fullness as a man without being bonded to a woman.
Yes.
That is profound. And a woman who understands that will start seeing herself in a new light. So it begins with self-awareness. Then, in the practical world in which we are, you need education. And in our modern context, general education is no longer enough. So if you're sitting there and the only thing you have to show is some bachelor's degree in linguistics or sociology and whatever, you are not educated. You need to have an area of specialization that is in alignment with the market demand of today, so that in the job market, you should be as competitive as men as well. You need to be technology literate. That's a third thing. Right now, if you look at the tools we are now using, Zoom, Facebook, and so on, these are technology tools that have come to break barriers. Women who know how to make use of technology tools to learn, to express their talent, to, share stories. Like Margaret here runs a blog on Facebook titled Adu's Healthy Family Forum. So a young girl sharing her journey as a woman and leading other women. So those are the uses of technology that will go a long way to help women to take the lead. Because if they spend all their time reacting to what men are doing, then you will always be second, you'll never be first. So the fourth pillar is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is powerful because it's a means of gaining economic independence while being useful in society. So even if your place is quote unquote in the kitchen, entrepreneurship skills would show you how to cook that achu in a way that you feed your kids, and then you'll be supplying achu at events.
That's right.
And making extra money. So there's no limit anymore. And then the fifth is leadership. What Reverend Pam and Ambassador Lisa are doing here, this is leadership. Taking the game to the people, right? So instead of sitting and complaining, instead of, attending meetings and publishing resolutions that never go anywhere, right. What can you do where you are with what you have and in your sphere of influence? That's where leadership comes in. And so I believe that if every woman begins to reflect on these 5 pillars, the transformation would be quicker. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Wow. Thank you so much. And next Sunday is poetry. You are a writer, a poet. So please come on board next Sunday. I know you can afford some time to come in and share some of those poems with us. Ambassador Lisa.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. I have really enjoyed you today. You've blessed my heart. And I was sitting here thinking, he has got to be a thought leader. And as I was thinking it came out your mouth. So that was just confirmation. So my last word on the subject is, again, it has already been said. I'm not going to repeat it, but women, rise up, know who you are, take your place beside your man. And if there is no man, because you can't be a helpmeet to another sister. Grab that sister and bring her alongside with you, because God did not create you. He did not make you a trailblazer. He did not make you a pioneer to blaze a new trail just for you alone. There are people who are tied to you. There are young women, there are young girls who are tied to you that need you to go forth and make a way so they will have a way that'll be clearer. And then they can stand on our shoulders. I'm not trying to pull nobody down. I'm here to uplift, empower, and be united. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll continue to raise awareness. And so we zero in on the chair of Africaonline Media Corporation, Reverend Pam. I always tend to call her ambassador, maybe because
I'm God's ambassador to the world.
God's ambassador, that's right.
Yeah, I'm Jesus' baby. Yeah, thank you so much. I am so glad we had more than 20 people on this show. So
yes,
some of us didn't get a chance to say much, but it can continue on Facebook, and we'll always do another sequel. This was a sequel to last week. But one real quick, Margaret, that blog you're doing, make sure every beauty salon in your city know about it, because if none of this show today, I wouldn't even know about it. See, if you have a product and nobody knows about it, or a service and nobody knows about it, you don't have a service, you don't have a product. We call that in business offering, your product or service. So make sure every beauty salon knows about your blog. It's very important. You know, on behalf of Africaonline Media Corporation, I really want to thank all of you. Brother Godfrey, you rock. But
yes,
all women rock. And for those men out there, we do shows on domestic violence. A woman's place is not a punching bag. It's not your floor. It's not your punching bag. It's not your doormat. We'll talk about that another time. But women, know your self-worth, know who you are. And just know that for those of you who are married, your place is beside your husband, not behind him. Again, I want to appreciate all of you and invite every one of you, share this show, tell somebody about it. You know, you don't know whose life may be transformed by the things that you say here today. We know that we have made a lot of difference. We keep making differences. That's why we press our way to be here. We are all volunteers. Me also.
Ma Fomunung Siangang, it's a great pleasure to know that one of those that we shared the same desk in Radio Cameroon is on the show today. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, all those who were able to defy the technical problems from their home countries to zoom in on Africaonline Media Corporation. We say thank you all very much. Next week, if you can, please make it 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Washington, D.C. time. Great, great, great. Have a great day. Please have a great week. And
have
happy month of
week.
March.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Happy Women's History Month and
happy
International
Women's
Women's Day.
History Month.
See you next Sunday.
Thank you.